Suspended Public Protector Advocate Busisiwe Mkhwebane has accused the chair of the Section 194 committee looking into her fitness to hold office of being hostile and biased.
Yeah, it doesn't end there. Her advocate, that's Dali Mpofu SC, has now applied for the recusal of Qubudile Dyantyi and DA MP Kevin Mileham. Newzroom Afrika's Athi Mtongana has our report.
Public Protector Advocate Busisiwe Mkhwebane has returned to Parliament after falling ill last week. Mkhwebane's absence at the hearings and her urgent application at the Western Cape High Court in a bid to return to office were the main reasons why her legal counsel, Advocate Dali Mpofu, requested a postponement last week. Inquiry chairperson Qubudile Dyantyi's initial refusal to accept their request triggered Mpofu to submit a 24-page document calling for his recusal.
We have made several warnings here that, things were going in a particular direction. We have issued sounded many warnings. You'll remember on the 26th of August, with your permission, Chair, I addressed the committee for about half an hour when we were concerned about certain conduct on your part. And I can't remember the words I used verbatim now, but I know that in the media they said I had asked for your recusal, but I had not. I had specifically said that if these things are not addressed, we would consider an application for your recusal or removal.
The Public Protector also wants the DA's Kevin Mileham removed as a committee member.
The first ground is inherent bias based on his relationship with Ms. Mazon. I'll just read it out to save time. We said it's common cause that, it's paragraph 72, Chairperson. It is common cause that Honorable Mileham is the lawfully married husband or spouse of the complainant, Honorable Mazoni. It is also undeniable that Honorable Mileham has consistently displayed a hostile and condescending attitude towards the legal representatives of the Public Protector, and therefore by extension the Public Protector. The issues have been previously raised with the chairperson who failed to address them adequately. Then we raise the first ground, which is the inherent bias of Mr. Mileham. So it is legally and ethically untenable to allow a person who suffers from a conflict of interest of the kind, which affects Honorable Mileham, to sit in the purported impartial determination of the guilt or innocence of the Public Protector or any other person in her current position.
Advocate Mpofu also claims that a payment was allegedly made by the Office of the Public Protector to a fraudulent account and referenced the public display of the letterhead of Seinego attorneys who's representing Mkhwebane, saying the matter is under investigation. Evidence leader Advocate Newzroom Afrika responded to some of Mpofu's statements.
In relation to the question of legal fees, the evidence was led because in our assessment it linked directly to clause 11 of the motion. We note that orally it was said that Seinego received only about, I think Advocate Mpofu said between 27 to 29 million. In the written submissions it said under 40 million, of which only 10 million less VAT had been received directly. Let me say this, the amount that I indicated during oral submissions of 49 million was provided by the Public Protector's Office. And I recall indicating that when I reflected that 148 million was the cost of legal fees, and I've said this even when we led the evidence on labour costs, that includes labour fees costs, court orders, cost on litigation, and that one needed to dissect that amount in order to ascertain precisely how it was spent to make sense as to whether it was a reasonable sum or not. And that evidence hasn't yet been led.
The hearings have been adjourned until Friday. Members of the committee will deliberate on the applications before a decision is made. For Newzroom Afrika on Channel 405, I'm Athi Mtongana in Parliament.